guys, how are ya? I'm just kicking back in my room. I had to miss out on work yesterday because last night because of the river being up over the Waitohiawa. Yeah, so and didn't go to work this morning either because I thought it might flood by the time I get back. But it looks like I'll be able to go to Coolangatta tonight. Anyway, I've been just making a video about in regards to my surgery that's coming up for the removal of what I believe is a microchip in my foot. And I've been on to an ACC counsellor, and I'm going to be putting in for a historical claim, sensitive claims, historical claim to do with my childhood and this Christian cult camp, military camp place, whatever it was, that I was in as a baby, along with my twin sister that's been hidden and that nobody really knows about. So I rang up NZ this morning in Auckland just inquiring, because I don't watch television. If I do, it's TV on demand. I'm too busy working and stuff. Just to inquire whether they still have 60 minutes, and they don't. So I'm waiting on somebody from the newsroom to get back to me in regards to what my story that I have. I found a local filmmaker who said that he'd be willing to come film for us, which is good, because the last one that I had, he was going to do it and he was all keen and everything, and then he went and changed his mind. So now I've got this other one. Yeah. So hopefully we'll be able to put in an ACC claim that might pay for them to make the documentary, because she charges on a daily rate normally. But yeah, she said she'll be there to film the removal of this thing in my foot, which I believe is a microchip that I've felt. And there's no doubt in my mind that that's what it is. I've got witnesses who worked at the camp when I was a baby, who are like in their 70s plus now, who knew that they were actually microchipping people. And actually I've been looking at stuff on the internet, like YouTube and stuff, about to see if I can find anything that relates to what I've been going through, and I have found an article here, and I'll read it now. This is all about people in America though, but it is the similar situation as I've experienced myself. To my knowledge, I would be the only one who has brought this out in our country so far about such a place. Okay, so here I found an article, a video on audio implants, and so it says here that public medical research and the Illuminati intelligence agency's research, yeah, this is what this place was called, they're referring it to. So anyway, this will be in America. That's the only place where they have the Illuminati, although in my earlier videos I did mention about our own secret service that we had here that was supposed to be like work in conjunction alongside the Crown, that we had our own governing systems, and our name for the Illuminati was the Taiopuru Awaroa Secret Service, which worked in conjunction with it was all part of a Māori Indigenous Parliament that had been in recess and just lying dormant for over 50 years, and it's actually quite an ancient governing system which existed in ancient times as well as the more recent. Last time it was brought out of recess, I think it was the late 1700s, and it was made up of an upper and a lower house of rangatira, or people of ariki lines, like royalty lines from chiefs and all that. So anyway, this is what I wrote down from this article, this video that I read, and it says audio implants began to be publicly placed into human subjects in the 1960s, and the Illuminati were experimenting on some victims at this stage. And the military, the Vietnam War used, what's it say auditorium devices to aid communicating to the men who were sent into tunnels and who were placed into forced situations where audible noise would compromise their locations to the enemy. So the Illuminati and intelligence and the military were keeping experiments secret. The intelligence agencies, by the 1970s, the intelligence agencies were wanting to start using hundreds of people to experiment. Operational leads with the implants. People of every state of the US were selected as victims. Many of the people already had mental health disorders, probably because they've been marketed by their own people who were working with the government as well at the time, doing deals for land and whatever else they were trying to get. That's how it works. It's sort of like in the days of Moses, when, you know, Moses found out he was a slave, and then he ended up going against his own brother Ramses, and Ramses had all his men, but he had the high priest who could perform powers that they could never beat the God, but Moses had God, and it's the same sort of thing. Yeah, the controllers, where was I? The US were selected as victims. Yeah, many of the people already had mental health disorders. So the controllers were very heavy-handed with their people, and they used the full force of the Illuminati intelligence agency's powers to keep the people under their power at all times. Many of the victims have had their lives ruined by the intelligence agency. So this is pretty much what I've been going through as well, only in New Zealand. And my work, yeah, like I said, I know that my family, there was some conflict, and it was that my family, my mother, that they were affiliated, quite well affiliated with the Chinese mafia. This is Kiwi styles though, but they did have connections, I believe, to Amsterdam and probably in San Francisco. There's some tuckies there that overland. Murder that has never been proven. That's actually, if it were to be proven in the European justice system now, there'd be a lot of people going away to jail. But we do have the Māori justice system, which is quite different, which can deal with those past issues, but you really got to look into it because our justice system is quite harsh and the death penalty exists. They can cut your legs off, they can do all sorts, and there's nothing that European government can do to penetrate our laws, LORE, and what we do on the marae. So this is all the takis that it all comes down to with me and my twin sister, and the lands and prophecies and stuff that I've been talking about. I hope we can get it sorted, because I've just been through so much fucking bullshit in my life that I deserve some sort of compensation, some peace of mind. And my sister, even more so, I believe that she is still a slave under their organisation. She does as she's told, and I've come across quite a few slaves. Our tribes, our people do still practice slavery. I don't know under whose authority, but they do still practice it. And actually, I'm wondering if this camp is like part of the Māori justice system down the west coast in Greymouth, where, you know, like I said earlier, they're bringing their slaves up here, they're forced people, trying to fuck with us, basically, us locals, and they've got a lot of foreigners too, like who, in Te Atiawa, because under Te Rauranga o Kohoiero, which is the Māori Parliament I was talking about, we are in Te Atiawa Rohe, even though we've got 8 tribes here at the top of the south, ki te tau ihu, this tribal area is one of the 7 main tribal areas in our country, Taranaki being the maunga for our rohe, and we are under Te Atiawa authority. So who are these people that are authorising these slaves or whoever to be doing what they're told to do in Aotearoa, coming up from down there, which is Waitaha Kati Mamoi? I'd like to know who they are and which chief they whakapapa back to. Are any of them descendants of Pāwa, the Ming Emperor, from where we came, from Tiao's origins, which is Chinese royalty. That's what I'd like to know, because I know the Love family are, and other families who have that whakapapa to the emperor. So I'd be very interested to find out who they are, these people who are giving the orders. Anyway, I'm going to turn off now. Man, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten because I've been flooded in here. I might go for a walk. I don't know. It's a bit cold outside. But, yeah, I'll just make more videos. And hopefully we will be making a documentary which will go to television. And then we hopefully get more people that will come forward and tell their stories about this camp. I've got two old fellas that worked at the camp when I was a baby who are willing to speak, give an interview. I don't know if they want their faces shown or their voices. They might want to be disguised, but they're definitely ready to talk. So that's good, and hopefully it will bring other people forward if they can remember, because to my memory, it was the kind of place where they brainwashed you that much to breaking point that you can't remember who you are. They're killing people pretty much. I shouldn't say too much actually, I might not get a payout. But that's all I'll say for now, and I'll make more videos later. Hey Kate. Okay, I'm going to go now. You guys have a good day. Have an awesome day. Okay, bye. Take